Hello traders, very good afternoon and welcome to today's post-market analysis by Tradeducation. Today's date is the 19th of February 2020. The current time is 6:24 p.m. IST. The market has closed about tentatively an hour back, and this is episode 78. And before I share today's analysis, just to give you a quick disclaimer that trading involves substantial risk and is not suitable for all investors. Also, whatever information I'm sharing is for educational purposes only and cannot be used for any trade related activity. So with that, let's quickly look at, how the auction developed today. And let me just quickly share my screen and let's jump first to the daily market profile. I mean, it's not the market profile, but the daily candlestick chart. Okay. So what has happened today is it's today is more of a sort of a short covering rally is what has been seen because what I was expecting was further continuation to the downside, reaching this level or reaching this low. Okay, reaching this low, which did not happen at all. But instead, what has happened is we opened up with a gap up, and then it filled the gap, and then again the buyers started to step in, and right now what we have is we have a sort of a poor high is what we are having. So this I think is again a retest wherein the smart players are they are trying to shake out the weak sellers. So that's why a short covering rally was seen. And tomorrow again, so let's see. Tomorrow what I'm seeing is my confidence will be, I'll be monitoring my reference at this high and at today's low and today's high. Okay, so because this was a knee-jerk reaction which happened, and basically it was trying to hit the stops which were built yesterday. Okay, so let me just let's look at the volumes, and yes, volumes are also pretty decent enough. And let me now quickly jump to the market profile chart, and I'll share what were my point of references. Okay, so one of the point of references which I had was the yesterday's high, because what happened is, so this is today's open. Okay, this is today's open, and I was actually monitoring because this is a single print zone, and I actually shifted my point of reference here. So what happened is a rejection was seen, and then the auction slowly moved down, filling this gap which was filled yesterday. So yesterday, so this is the yesterday's open, and it was more like a gap down opening, and this gap was not yet filled. Okay, so once this gap got filled, again the what happened is the buyers tried to step in, and then it slowly the auction developed higher, and it hit. So basically I was looking forward to hit the highs. So I would say the high of the 17th of February, but it just stopped a few ticks away. Okay, so overall from auction development perspective is, so this is the open, it tried to go high, this is the single print zone where the sellers again tried to step in. They took the auction down, and once the gap was filled, the buyers tried to step in again. Okay, and then basically what has happened is stops were getting built, plus there were half back references. Okay, so if you see today's high, the A period high, there were both trap buyers and sellers, so higher the odds that will be clearing this level, and then for the continuation the upside was seen. So what I was expecting is that further more continuation, because again there are stops which are built at this level. Okay, so this is 12,160, and right now the close is 12,146. Okay, so it's about 15 points away, 15 to 25, 15 points away. So higher the odds that it will be getting cleared, and and I'll be observing what is happening. Okay, so today's open, so today's gap up open. So if you see the yesterday's close, so this is the yesterday's close. Okay, and this is the today's open. So it was a big gap up opening, and even though it was trading in the range of 17th of February, still a gap up opening has really I would say have what was happening, or the psychology which was happening is, as the opening was gap up, I think in the first 30 minutes is when, not 30 minutes but the first 15 minutes in the pre-market session, so many buyers or retail traders, they were just trying to go high, they were just trying to buy. And where they have kept the stops, they kept the stops at the 17th of this of January of February's low. That's why what we see is, we are, if you see the tempo of the A, B and C, sharp. So basically this was just a stop hunting move at this level, plus whoever was trying to sell yesterday, okay, so this gap, so they were already under the water, and what they were trying to do is they were trying to exit their positions. That's why in the first 15 minutes we saw this sharp rise in the price, okay. And then once the fear went out, the sellers again stepped in, and then they tried to hit the stops which were getting built around this region and the gap region. And once the gap got filled, then the auction again continued higher. Okay, so this is how the auction developed today. And from the tomorrow's perspective, so there are some references on the higher side, but right now I'm not getting a clarity. But what I'll be looking at, so this single print, only a few ticks are left, so I'll be observing what is happening at the high. I would say, let me say the high of 17th of February and the low of today's auction. Okay, so based on that, I'll be taking the trading decision, because right now I'm not getting any clarity, because what the auction is trying to do is still, it is trying to step up higher and clear out this particular reference, the ORR top, which is still a long way to go. And there are also some weaker references on the downside. So right now I'm not getting any clue, or I'm not able to anticipate where the auction, or where the direction, in which direction the market will be going. Okay, so let me jump to the volume profile chart. And if you see, we sort of tried to, so the value area low was acting as the level of resistance, I would say support, and then it did not reach the volume point of control. So my first target is again the volume point of control. So let me, okay, so this target has already been achieved, and now what I'm expecting is some sort of balancing, and then maybe a sharp down move or a sharp up move. Okay, so I'm not clear at all where the auction is going to happen or develop. So let's wait and watch. Let's again wait and watch tomorrow. So I think tomorrow is Wednesday and Thursday. So Friday we have a holiday. So yeah, let's see. So moving on. So this is the Bank Nifty's chart, and in Bank Nifty, one key reference point which I was looking at is the 200 moving period. The 200 EMA is not yet touched, and the auction has just reversed. Okay, and again the 20 EMA, that is around 31052, will be acting as the level of resistance. Okay, so let me just jump. So from the Bank Nifty, so this were the 2 point of references, and this is the gap. So these are the levels which I'm currently, so 32,000, 31,650, and then 30,177 and 30,121 plus. So these are the levels which I'm monitoring the reference. And what has happened in the Bank Nifty is, so this is the today's open, and if you see, this is, I did not look at Bank Nifty today, I was only looking at Nifty. And today I think I was not able to even take a single trade, because I was pretty caught up with other meetings and a lot of work. So that's why I did not trade. I was just looking at Nifty, and I was just observing the market development on market profile chart. So what has happened is, this is today's open, and again around the 17th of February's low is where the auction halted, and then it just reversed. But the thing is, it did not touch the A period high. Okay, so if you see, sellers are pretty strong, and buyers are trying pretty hard to take the auction high. And today what has happened is, we have sort of a balancing day. What I'm seeing here. And so let me redraw again. So we have a sort of a balanced day. There was some rejection around the single print zone of the 17th of February. Again, around the lows is where the buyers try to step in. Okay, so it was again some sort of sideways movement. So I was expecting it to reach high, maybe up to this level, this point of control, which did not happen a lot. Okay, so what this means is that buyers are trying pretty hard to push the auction higher and try to hit the stops which are built around the 17th of February's high. So my point of reference again shifts to today's low and today's high. Okay, so we are still in a small range. So this is 3940, 3640, so 300 point range, and yeah, so there's no clarity in terms of direction. Let me just jump to the volume profile chart, and here again what we are seeing is that it is balancing around the volume point of control. So let me maximize, increase the range, and yes, the volume area low is acting as the level of support, and the price is just optioning or developing around the VPOC level. So here selling is pretty strong, and I was hoping that stops will be getting hit. So what I'm expecting in Bank Nifty is to reach at least this level, the value area high, that is around 31,400 levels. Okay, so let's see. I still don't have any clarity in terms of where the auction is going to develop. Okay, Reliance, so moving on to Reliance, we had a gap up opening, and then we just had further continuation to the upside, wherein it was trying to hit the stops which were built around this level. Okay, and we have a sort of a double distribution day, plus we have one more single print. So Reliance is it's a sort of one time framing. It is trying to go above the balance. So tomorrow what I'll be observing is so this is the bigger balance, and whether the price is going up or sustaining, or whether the price is going up and clearly getting rejected, okay, or whether the price is just developing sideways. Okay, so these are the three scenarios which I'm seeing and expecting it to develop in Reliance. Okay, uh, yes, the value area high is acting as the level of support for today's auction, and let me just see. Yes, still it's acting as a level of support, and it is trying to reach high. So let's see. Now jumping to crude oil. So yesterday what I shared in crude oil is the 20 EMA is acting as the level of resistance, but we have clustered highs, and yesterday it was a sort of to shake out the weak buyers. So okay, so that is what has happened, and then the auction is again reversed, so in the current overnight session. So let me jump to the market profile chart, and if you see where the auction is getting halted, okay, so it is getting halted around the clustered highs. So basically this clustered highs, which, so this is nothing but the auction of the 17th of February. So this is 17th of February, and this is the 16th of February. Okay, so around this is the level where the auction is just sideways balancing, and what I'm seeing is, so this rapid move is nothing but a stop hunting move, and then once the stops have got hit, it is just trying to balance, and it is trying to form again higher. Okay, it is trying to reach higher, and it will reach till this AB poor low, that is around 3820 levels. Okay, if the auction does not reach at this level, then what can happen is there are stops which are built at 3740. Okay, so one good trade location will be, you can take a short trade keeping this as your stop loss. Okay, so right now it is 3762, and this will be 3767 or 65. So 5 point stop loss, you can take a short trade with your first target is of this low, okay, or this single print zone. Okay, right now if you see, we are developing poor lows also, so it's a good opportunity to take a short trade, and this would be your stop loss, and this would be, so this is I think 1:3 risk to reward ratio, or it can also be 4. Okay, so let's see whether it's clearing or not, and yeah, so that is what I'm currently seeing in the crude oil, and with that I would like to end today's session, and would say please do like, subscribe, and press the bell icon to get notified whenever I'm posting a new video, and let's again catch up tomorrow and see how the auction develops. Great. Thank you. And, take care. And, let's again meet tomorrow. Yeah. Bye.